Calling you a radical, historic, important video because being reported all over the media 10 years after the fact, actually 11 years after the fact, the blob has killed 4 million birds. By the way, the blob has killed way more than 4 million, at least 400 million. It didn't just happen in Alaska. Kevin Blanch's work. I'm the guy that named it the blob. I named it in 2011. Kevin Blanch. And if you've never read Hans Christian Andersen, by the way, my great-grandfather's named Christian Andersen from Denmark. The emperor has no clothes. That's what this is. The nuclear energy emperors have no clothes. I mean, the most important subject matter on the fucking planet in the history of the fucking planet. The Fukushima nuclear meltdowns, the Great Pacific Genocide. The greatest PhD in history. It's shaken out that way. See, speak, hear. No nuclear energy evil. Fucking. The subject matter that will affect you, your loved ones, you as a personal being, more than anything is Fukushima. And you think about it, I'll get 128 fucking views. You think that's a coincidence? I used to be able to spit on the ground, get 6, 7. That's just on my YouTube site, not counting all my radio. How about all the fucking paid fucking trolls who, well, I'm in critical condition. I'm your friend here to fucking rip my radio shows to shred. How about the university blackball me? Fuck. I was singing about that last night at the game. Fuck, my radio show there was so powerful. Of course they got rid of me. I mean, look at them. They go from first to worst. Can't handle the truth. Well, I mean, it's just bootlicking on the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. So, the blob, Kevin Blanch, March 2011. These are full blown out fucking nuclear meltdowns. Never happened in the history of fucking mankind. I knew it. I did the due diligence at the water school, the CEO of GEG. I knew there were Mach 1, Mach 2 water boilers. I knew a Mach 1, Mach 2 water boiler cannot handle a fucking 8 on the Richter, let alone a 9. It wasn't the tsunami. I mean, the tsunami made it much worse, but it was fucking, they were gone immediately. The cores were fractured. Never happened at Chernobyl. Chernobyl, 780,000 men entombed it, including mining underneath. Why do you think they mined underneath it? China syndrome. You think about the fact of China syndrome and, you know, 3 Mile Island in symphony, art imitate man, man imitate art. But Gorbachev, what took down the old USSR? I listened to him speak from here to there in Vienna. The nuclear meltdown at Chernobyl, singular, which, by the way, had no spent fuel pools because it was brand new. The invasion of Afghanistan. Kevin Blanch, what took down the old USA, which is now America? And America's gone, and you're not paying attention if you don't think so. The old USA, now America. The nuclear meltdowns, plural, at Fukushima, Japan, the invasion of Afghanistan. So, the blob, Kevin Blanch, March 2011. These are full-blown out fucking meltdowns. Never happened at Chernobyl, never happened to Mayak, never happened to Santa Susana, never happened to Pathfinder, never happened at 3 Mile Island. This is new. This has never happened, which I always hypothesized it would. I used to do my list of the top 10 most dangerous nuclear reactors in the world. Number 1, Sinonofri. Number 2, Diablo Canyon. Number 3, Fukushima Daiichi. Number 4, Fukushima Diani. Fucking Indian Point. Oyster Creek. You know, Pilgrim. You know, and so I knew it. I mean, people used to say, where's it going to happen? On the Ring of Fire. It's only a matter of fucking time. TikTok, Diablo. And you think about the fact that we got Sinonofri shut down. That never shuts down without Kevin Blanch's cancer. Never. Never. And Kathy Iwani's fucking politicking through in there. I mean, what an historic event. And the whistleblower, Mike Gary, gets $5 million. He didn't do shit. What did I get? Oh, I got cancer. I got abused. I got kicked off Medicaid after forking over $1 million of Apple and Tesla stock. So back to the blob. I named it the blob. 2011. This is going to cause a heat source unforeseen in the history of mankind, which I hypothesized it to be suns. These cores, I knew that it was at least, you know, I presumed it was. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody on the planet it was one. Now, there's all kinds of AI, it being generated out there before they were able to circle the wagons and get a hold of it, that it came out that anybody who used the word Fukushima nuclear energy meltdowns, nuclear energy meltdowns was being attacked and kettled, which is against the law. You know, it's just YouTube. It's just the will. It's just fire. I'm the only person on earth that was doing it every fucking day. So really, Kevin reaching it. I mean, it's really David versus Goliath. For real. Who knew that it would play out this way? That's a Fukushima worker's helmet. By the way, I found it in Pacific Beach, California in 16, 15, 14, I don't know. I have a lot of debris. That's from Fukushima, Japan. Right from Fukushima, Japan. Activist at the Enola Gay, when I got a hold of the paper crane, he gave it handed to me. So, these are full-blown out meltdowns. This is going to cause a heat source push into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to be a plasma. It's going to be a fucking gas. It's going to fucking take out the plankton. Now, listen, this is important. The very staff of life, plankton. If you wipe that out, you wipe everything out. It's going to a chain reaction. You promised you would never break the chain. What replaces, anytime you get a fucking total wipeout, what replaces the healthy species? The invasive species, which is going on all over the fucking ocean. The very lowest form. What is the lowest form of fucking life? You know, we use Latin words. My uncle, you know why they use all Latin words in medicine, in law, whatever, to fucking trick you, make you think you're smart. I think California's finally got rid of Latin not required in law anymore. Pseudo de facto. So, scum. Black mold. I mean, when I'm in those tide pools they've wiped out, I'm like, I've called it out multiple times. You can see the invasive species moved into the tide pool, and it's toxic as hell. I mean, it's literally black. It's disgusting. I mean, it's people swimming in it, freaking taking their kids in. Hey, good. So I named it the BLOB. Before it even happened, I says it's going to cause. And I'm the very first person that started reporting. John Kirk, who was up there on the Vancouver, on the Canadian-United States border, who has a paddleboard, and kept calling me. You know, and he's like, dude, I can physically see it. And I says, yeah, and San Diego, we can see it also. I could physically see it. Physically, and it was that, and that's when I named it the BLOB. I named it the BLOB in 2012, 2013, 2011. I'm like, this is going to wipe it out. It's going to cause a chain reaction, starvation. And the thing that's irony on this fucking bird study that's all over, the Muir study, number one, the very people that ignored this was even happening as it happened are now calling themselves a scientist and report. And by the way, no hypothesis, absolutely no field work. And then they just jump to a conclusion. Well, that's the opposite of science. In science, first you hypothesize the knowledge. These are full-blown out fucking meltdowns. It's going to push into the ocean. It's going to break the fucking chain. It's going to break the photoplankton. It's going to cause the fucking blob. It's going to take out the starfish first. It's going to wipe out the tide pools first. You're going to see a chain reaction. We're going to see a starvation event in the fucking wells. The smoking gun will be the salmon. Steelhead salmon who don't live in Idaho, they live in the ocean. They come back to breed. Fucking their life cycle is 1 to 2 years. They come back twice. The first time it's called a half pounder. They will start to go immediately in 2012. But the smoking gun will be the Chinook salmon. First came the god of Chinook. Why? Because they go to sea for 5 years. They will not collapse till 2016, Kevin Lynch. You can look it up. From the Kenine, the New Shack, fucking the Mighty Beast, Columbia, fucking, well, the Fraser above that, fucking, the Willamette, damn it, the Rogue, the Jedediah Smith, the Klamath. By the way, the Klamath dams, Jedediah Smith, no dams, Rogue, no dams are right by each other. Record returns on the Chinook, 2010, 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15. Everybody's, Blanche, I was out there on the ocean. I've seen it from my own eyes. Will you believe me when they collapse in 2016? Because they go to say 5 years. Yeah, but that ain't going to happen. Oh, did it happen? To the point the Army Corps Engineers has taken the live cam off. It's been off for 8 years. I remember I used to call them all the time. So I'll send you a fucking GoPro. Do you know they've classified me? which I know that for a fact because a whistleblower inside the Army Corps of Engineers years ago sent me these emails. He says, look at this. Kevin Blanch classified. This document, and he says, you're classified. And he showed me the actual documents. I posted them online. Think about that. I think that's how afraid of they are. And this is by the number of salmon, not by the size. Now it's well reported as we did this in real time. Back to the BLOB. So this is being reported as it happens. Now listen, I was on the coast, walking the coast as this happened. Wasn't just happening in Alaska. It was fucking happening. Remember me in Pismo? Remember all those videos? I'm like, oh my God, look at them. There are people playing volleyball. Hey, look at the dead fucking birds. You're playing volleyball right on dead. What? By the way, still going on. Last time I was right there at Pacific Beach, OB, fucking last winter when the finback, which I predicted that, washed up dead, starved death. Remember those videos? I counted 11 dead fucking mirrors right there on the fucking boardwalk, right there at fucking, just between the edge of PB and fucking Mission, right there. Well, fuck, that isn't a very fucking long walk. It's ongoing. It's not over. Acute radical, the greatest bird kill-off in fucking human history, they're calling it. Yeah, that part's right. No hypothesis. Now remember, these are the so-called scientists and people who ignored it as it was happening. I'm doing it boots on the ground. Real science. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work, then you can't be afraid to be right. You can't be afraid to be wrong when you do your hypothesis. And then you have to do the field work. Then you have to defend your work. And if you were right, you were right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, it becomes the new knowledge. Me, oh my, Nobel Prize. Oh, well, I was right on every fucking bit of this. I named it the BLOB. I named it the BLOB before the BLOB even happened. And then John Kirk was up there saying, you can see it. You know, I started calling it the BLOB. I was calling it the fucking BLOB in 2011, 12, 13. The BLOB fucking hit. I'm the guy that named it the BLOB. This is the greatest acute collapse. Now, listen to me. You take the wipeout, just wasting disease. And all these people come, Fukushima didn't cause wasting. Okay, then what the fuck did? And if it was just wasting disease that only attacked the fucking starfish, then why did the Upper California purple urchins wipe out the exact same time? Why did the big flowering sea anemones wipe out the exact same time? Why did the fucking sea slugs? And, you know, you'll find some California hares, you know, the black fucking big slugs. You know, I've got video of fucking hundreds of them. Probably the biggest video in history. And the biggest California hare recorded fucking like this. You know? And by the way, it's against the law to pick them up, pull them up. But you see these YouTubers and fucking, they get propped up. Because they can feed on sewer. And we know the sewage situation we have in SoCal. It's not just the Tijuana fucking river, which that is a big fucking deal. I can't believe anybody lives in Imperial Beach. Oh, the poor man's La Jolla. But, well, by the way, La Jolla is disgusting now too. Fucking, I mean, the water is so poisonous. It's sewage spills over and over because I haven't updated the coastal California fucking sewer system in my entire life. And so, back to the BLOB. So I did it as it happened. You take the BLOB, the bird starvation event. How about in 2013, 14, 15, the seal starvation event? The sea lions. Remember, I was working up and down the coast and going into these fucking rescue things and talking to them. And it was widely reported that there were fucking so many of them were testing for leukemia. You do know their DNA. A seal's DNA is 99% humanoids. You know, I remember those videos at Pismo. I'm talking to the seal. Fuck, you know, you see all starving to death, reported full of leukemia. Starvation. Look, I have AML leukemia. The fact that I got it in 2011, that's how connected with the sea I am. Going to the bone marrow transplant level, you know, I weigh 175 pounds. Always a physical beast. I was down to 119 pounds in there. If anybody who saw me, no pigment in my eye sucked up, they would swear that I'm starving to death. Now, you know, a lot of the seals in this, you can look it up, and the sea lions were testing for AML leukemia, including our famous sea lion here at Hogle Zoo in Salt Lake, died of AML leukemia, the same time that I almost did. You know, we know the data now. There was a major outbreak in North America of AML leukemia in 2012. We know heart attacks started to become more deadly, younger, and more aggressive in 2012. We know this all factually now. We have 13 years of data. The fucking mirrors, I'm doing it in real time. People are laughing at me. People are laughing at me. So in science, we don't do mystified, baffled, stumped, curious, alarm, which that's all there. However, not to mention all the birds in North America wipe out. How about the fucking Kevin Lynch? This is going to cause a heat fucking unforeseen in the history of mankind because, you know, Rahm Emanuel's got that line. Lake Barrett's got that pole that's head under that TEPCO fission. We got 0.7 grand. That's of nuclear spent fuel. Remember, Chernobyl had no spent fuel. Brand new. This had probably the biggest load on the planet, including MOX fuel. What's MOX fuel? Look it up. At least 3. Well, I'm pretty sure it's 4 core meltdowns. They've never been able to get near those cores. Never. They've tried and tried and tried. We're going on over 5,000 days. The cores are in the ocean. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. I cannot overstate this. Day 2816. They told you on 60 Minutes what Kevin Blanche told you in the first hour. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. Lake Barrett, who's running the so-called cover-up, which is not a cleanup, it's a cover-up. And I could prove all that. Barack Obama inside the situation room. I'll play it. I know word for word what happened in there. And John Holden leaked some. I'm the girl that put that girl up to the second interview. I'm so responsible for so much incredible fucking activism and fucking work. Yet I get no fucking credit. You know, of course. Well, Kevin Blanche, March 2011. All great knowledge will be persecuted. It always has been. Ask Semmelweis. Lake Barrett. Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett on 60 Minutes. They're supposed to be at Fukushima, Japan. They're in a mock-up. These are really full core meltdowns? Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. Yes. Yes, they're full core. Leslie Stahl, oh my God. So where are these cores? See those holes? See the Pacific Ocean? Lake Barrett, Leslie Stahl. Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. This is like going to the moon to fix this. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. This has never happened before. This has never happened before. This, by definition, it's new. So, by definition, Sir Isaac Newton, for every action, there's a reaction. This is the biggest action in fucking world history. Thus, the reaction. So, scientists are mystified, baffled, stumped, curious, alarmed, be fucking bewildered. Talk about frauds who belong in jail cells. You're telling me there's no byproduct from this action? Oh, there's a fucking byproduct. The BLOB. Kevin Blanche is going to cause a heat dome over the western United States. I'm the guy that named it. The Great Western North America Heat Dome. Look it up when it started. The greatest drought, 1,200 years, which is going on to this day. 2011. Heart attack fucking incidents started to go radical over North America. All predicted by 2011, 2012. Cancer rates, 2011, 20 fucking 12. Fucking the heat dome over the west. It's going to cause a fire event. It's going to get into the needles. Pine trees. You ever been camping? Or you like Trump, never been camping in your fucking life, fucking. Or Obama. Or Biden. You take pine needles and you throw them in your fire. You know, you roll the pine needle in your fingers. That's how you tell a fucking spruce from a fir, right? Flat needle, round needle. How do you think they say green needle? They store the sun. They store that energy from the sun. Look, radiation is a big, broad term. You know, I've been around some really beautiful females in my life, or people for that matter. When you're close to them, you can feel that energy. They radiate. Radiate. I mean, radiate is a big, broad term. The sun is a plasma, is a gas that can give you cancer from 94 million miles away. Livermore, California, which I protested there so many times, bringing star power to Earth. Oh, they brought star power to Earth. By the way, Kamala Harris's mom was the epidemiologist at Livermore. She died of cancer at 69 years old, I believe. Barack Obama's mother died young of cancer. You know, Beau Biden fucking white phosphorus on your own men at fucking Iraq. I mean, these people, I mean, Mike Lee to my face. My dad was a fucking downwinder. You're not, Mike? I'll get back to you this week. That was 11 years ago. These bootlickers are all in. How come nobody breaks fucking ranks? It's going to get into the fucking trees. This energy from food, it's going to get into these fucking trees. And it's going to cause a fire event like you've never seen in the history of mankind. Oh boy. I remember being in NoCal and fucking talking to a fire marshal when the fires were happening. And he says, yeah, Kevin. He says, nobody will do a video with me. He's like, yeah, Kevin, I used to watch all your videos. You are right all over this. We thought it was simultaneously arsonists working across thousands of square miles with cell phones. Okay, now. Because they spontaneously started over many millions of square acres at the exact same. I says, yeah. I told you it was a plasma and a gas that was going to be ignited. It's going to, and he says, never in the hit. And this is an old fire marshal who knew his shit. He says, never has there ever been any epic event like this. Ever. Still going. You know, Trump says you need to rake up in Idaho. You need to rake up. You know what kind of fucking fires in Idaho fucking this year? Holy fuck. I live here. You know, you're private fucking Idaho. I mean, it's unbelievable, this cover-up. Obama goes with the cover-up, tells the second greatest lie in human history on the White House lawn, but the BLOB, I'm the guy that named it. All foretold. You take the mirror, just greatest die-off in history, the Wells, Kevin Blanch. I remember standing at PB Point, and I got Winston's girlfriend with me. You know, another one that comes and goes, helping out, and I appreciate everybody's help along the way. She says, Kevin, what are you doing? I'm standing out there on Kumia Point at PB, my spot. And I says, it's time for the wells to start washing up dead. The chain reaction, the next fucking shoe drop will be the well fucking starvation. That was that epic event. At the same time, the years of 2015, when our independent group, people were calling me, posting me, everybody had the field then. We counted 312 starved to death wells on the fucking, you know, Pacific fucking coast. On the California, Oregon, Washington fucking coast. 312. Starved to death. We'll get back. I'm in PB last year, and I'm telling you, hey, you know, I'm watching this well out there. You could see this well's out of its domain. I thought it was a juvenile humpback. And, I'm out there on the edge of the Crystal Pier right before I'm the guy that got the Crystal Pier closed. By the way, they're going to reopen it. They're working on it. Blah, blah, blah. So, I'm like, it's going to wash up starved to death. Oh, it washed up starved to death. They call SeaWorld. You know, I grew up right there. Fucking Crown Point on Balco. SeaWorld's evil. Really. By the way, they just got shut down again recently for rats. And not even the ones that work there. And so, they're scumbags. They bring in this older woman who fucking works for SeaWorld, Channel 8 News. This is the same Channel 8 News that reported last year. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? The orcas are swimming with the dolphins. I'm like, are you fucking nuts? They're eating they're out of their domain. They live in the Bering Sea. Sure shit, it washed up dead. And then they get this old guy that supposedly fucking used to work at Scripps. Oh, we think it got a virus. I said, no, it's starved to death. It's a chain reaction. Now, they spin and try everything, but we have 13 years of data. We have all the data. We have the fire fucking data. We have the BLOB data. We have waste. And these guys all come to me all the time. You got to hear these fuckers jump down my throat. Say, Fukushima didn't cause waste. What did? We have the gray starvation event. We have the humpback starvation event, all in symphony with each other, all started 2011 and 2012. They heat all 2011, 20. It's the greatest outlier in human history. Okay? And you read these conclusions like the 75 biologists have come now, finally, took all those years to agree with Kevin Blanch. Yeah, Kevin Blanch was right. This was a mega starvation event that started in 2012. No one's got the nerve to call it an unusual mortality event. They declared it over. It ain't fucking over. I'm telling you, it's not fucking over. Fucking this summer, all the fucking orcas, up and down, they live in the Bering Sea. Grays and humpbacks in San Francisco Bay, in Diablo Canyon Bay, in fucking San Diego. They live in the Bering Sea in the summer. You know, it's migration getting ready to start. I'm the first guy there. Remember in 2015 in the Monterey Aquarium? And the old two biologists, the ex-dean at UCLA and the ex-dean at Stanford, who are married, were waiting for me. Kevin. Yeah. they're following me along as I'm walking the entire coast, sleeping in a sleep bag, and I get to Monterey and I go in the aquarium. They're waiting for me because I'm doing videos. I'm going to go in the aquarium, talk to Steve, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, Kevin, we want to talk to you. What's up? We have a little rowboat. You know, we're the ex-dean of Stanford and UCL Marine Biology. We track the grays. We've been tracking the grays our whole lives. We have such a passion and a deep love for the ocean. That's why we moved here on John Denver Point here. You know, like clockwork, Monterey, the peninsula, the grays will pass by. The first gray will pass by on New Year's Day. She says, they're birthing here in Monterey Bay. The gray. No. And I reported it, and I'm like, it's a starvation event. They're inebriated. They can't make it to Mexico. The humpbacks can't make it to fucking Alaska, you know, all of them. They're starving to death. She says, yeah, my son and daughter are both marine biology department chairs at major universities. We're on non-speaking terms over Fukushima. I said, yeah, they don't care. No, they don't care. They fly around hobnob and fucking, you know, we're going to get a massage, fucking, you know, it's glass houses. It's imperialism. It's disgusting. We won't even speak to our own son and daughter. This is the passion that used to be for the ocean. The BLOB. I'm the guy that named it the fucking BLOB. I'm the guy that named it the Great Pacific Genocide. I'm the guy that named it the Great Western North America fucking heat dome. All of it. Every bit of it. The Fuktonium. I'm the guy that named it Fuktonium. By the way, which is very real. And then here's Livermore with their pyramid. And they get fucking prizes for new energy, 4 of them. Those are all mine. All mine. Kevin Blanche, this is a new energy which I named Fuktonium. F you. And that's exactly what it is. By definition, this has never happened before. By definition, they can't get to them. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns until they happen. The nuclear energy emperors have no clothes. This is the most epic, acute collapse to an ecology in fucking world history. Well, in human history, at least since the dinosaurs went. You know, so we factually have all the data. And I, you know, broken record on Balco, which is the most important subject matter in the fucking world. Fucking. You broke the chain. We have all the data. Kevin Blanche was right. It's unarguable. We have all the data. The blob, the starvation of the mures, the starvation of the whales, the wasting disease on the thing. What about the sea anemones? What about the fucking... How about my tide pool work alone's me on my Nobel? This is 34 years ago. I'd have 3 or 4 Nobel Prizes. This is the greatest PhD in human history. We know unarguably now, because we have all the data, you can plug it in and run regression in a month. When you do a PhD, you can't just say, oh, yep, it was starvation started in 2012. What kind? Global warming. That's what they all say. Global warming. Warm ocean. Hot ocean. That's what they all say. So you mean to tell me the ocean just went like that and got hot? No, it doesn't work that way. We know global warming is going on globally, especially over North America since Operation Paperclip, when they handed over the fucking entire country to the auto industry and fucking the oil industry, Sinclair Oil, fucking Rockefeller and crew. Cars are up, what, 8,000% since 1980. Population isn't even double in North America. We know global warming has been going like this for decades. Slowly. We know in 2011, 2012, it went like that. We know by definition it's unarguable that something had to trigger that. There has to be a causation. You can't just come and say, oh no, cop out. That's not science. You have to identify the cause as a biologist. And if I have to listen to fucking Neil deGrasse again, that guy is such a fraud and a criminal. He's not a scientist. Neither was Stephen Hawking. Neither one of the people. These people are philosophers who babble like fucking diarrhea, made for TV. Even Khan, you know. I mean, they're bullshit. They're not scientists. Show me your field work. Show me your hypothesis. Show me. A scientist is like Semmelweis. Little invisible germs. You know, you hypothesize, you get to work. You do the field work. You defend your work. And then it becomes the knowledge. Fuktonium. The Great Pacific Genocide. Well, that's happened. We have all the data. So what caused this trigger? The greatest outlier in human history, which unarguably unarguably started in 2011, the Pacific Ocean, then moved globally. You know, when Krakatoa formed in what, 580 or whatever, fucking encoded the entire fucking Earth with black sin, blocked out the sun for years, changed everything. How long did it take to coat the Earth? You throw something up into the atmosphere, fugo me not. Remember when I used to do those videos? What's a fugo bomb? And Japan had hypothesized there's this jet stream, this fast. Remember they were putting balloons up in World War II? Landed in Oregon, fucking one landed right out here by the fucking Great Salt Lake. Fugo me not. How long does it take in that jet stream to coat the Earth? How long are the ocean currents? Well, let's see. That bridge showed up at Gold Beach, fucking Oregon, that cars drive on from Fukushima, Japan on day 6. Right by Fukushima, Japan is on this side. It's on the Pacific side of Japan where it happened. There's a little eddy that runs right into the Japanese Current. Japanese Current is one of the swiftest rivers on the face of the planet. It runs right to the California-Oregon coast where it joins in with the California Current, one of the fastest rivers on the earth. And then it splits. It goes up into Bristol Bay all the way down. By the way, all the drownings this time of year in SoCal, what is it? I remember talking to a surfer down there not very long ago, and I'm like, what's what? And I says, you're a surfer? You know about the California Current? In the wintertime, how close it gets in? How cold that is? What? What's the California Current? I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a fisherman, what's a boat? I'm a marine biologist. I'm a scientist. I work for NOAA. I work for the EPA. It's just waste, fucking, just the blob. What's Fukushima? They're fucking frauds. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Fucking, we were picking up cesium-137 in the fucking tuna in fucking Pacific Beach, California, in La Jolla, in the summer of fucking 2011 before I got cancer. What's cesium-137? The fucking Ken Buesler study that he hid. I'm the guy that leaked it out. Fucking 1,000 times the fucking 1 cesium-7 in the background. This is in June of 2011, 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima. Our conclusion, it is already into the biosphere. There's no stopping it. I'm the guy that leaked it out. And those people are just, don't anybody interview me. Go fucking hide in your ivory tower. Fuck. When you get cancer, all of you fucking rats, you think you're above it, hand them your fucking bootlicking fucking nuclear energy merit badge. Hand the fucking oncologist that. And I hope the last thought that goes through your brain before you fucking pass is, fuck, why did I do that? Why did I cover up Fukushima? Why? Why have all of you? Why is the whole scientific community covered it up? It's beyond me. Because the powers that be told them to. Everybody locks, stock, barrels in their golden handcuffs in their ivory tower. Nobody's got any integrity. Nobody's going to fucking break ranks. Rip me open, pour me out. There's things inside that scream and shout. Why is Kevin Lynch's view count so low? Why did they kick me off Medicaid after forking over $1 million of Apple and Tesla stock in 2011 to get a bone marrow transplant and kick me off Medicaid while I'm in the unit and try to kill me? Mike Lee did that. Why did they do that to me? Why did they slander me? Hire teams of trolls. It's unarguable. Fucking, you think that's coincidence? There were literally dozens of Reddit feeds, YouTube sites, fake book, 100% to slandering Kevin Blanche. Call me every fucking name in the book. Fucking made up every lie in the fucking book about me with my name, Kevin D. Blanche. You think these people were all just fucking bored? Why do you think this so-called team of artists who I was trying to form the post-internet about came in, stole my radio show, fucking did this, and then ran a fucking way? They're paid to do it. And we've tracked that down. We know factually the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate paid them. This is a guy in critical condition doing the greatest PhD in human history. What a story. Felonies in all 50 states. But they can do whatever they want to me because I did the unforgiven. I took on the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate where Kevin reached into the back. It's the greatest event in human history, the greatest reaction. Just the fucking blob. I'm the guy that named it the fucking blob. That's all, just the blob. Okay? All right. In science, we don't go there. We have all the data. The greatest outlier in human history, we know factually, started in the Pacific Ocean, moved globally 2011. That's unarguable data. Absolutely gilded in gold, casting. It's absolutely unarguable. The only thing you can argue now, and you can't even argue that, what was the causation? There's only a few possible scenarios. Did a fucking giant meteor strike the Pacific Ocean? I mean a big one. Would that do it? Possibly. Did it? No. Did a Krakatoa form, a fucking coat suit over the fucking whole planet? Fucking, would that do it? Well, it did it in 580. No. The only other possible scenario, did at least 3, 4 core fucking meltdowns in the first time in the history of mankind, who Obama made the decision. And the decision was not made, people tell me this all the time, well, they wanted to stop the United States from fucking panicking, just go shopping 9/11. No, that's untrue, and I can prove that. I know word for word what happened in the Situation Room. All leaked to me. I've held the Aaron Swartz fucking brick, the deciphered fucking brick, in my hand, in Manhattan. His autistic fucking genius friend tried to give it to me. I'm like, no. You think I'm getting on a plane with that? They'll put me under the fucking prison. No. My path as the activist, as a scientist, is so historic and so fucking unbelievable. And thank you, everybody, that supported this historic fucking broken record on Balco, on chemo. Could at least 3 full core meltdowns, bringing star powder. How hot is a core meltdown? The core. We're not talking, we're going to get 880. We're going to restart it up. Fucking give me more, give me more, give me more. Now, nuclear energy renaissance. Fuck. 33% of all nuclear reactors in the fucking planet have closed down post-Fukushima. The world's not in denial, including 20 in Germany, including 54 in Japan. Oh, they're going to start them up. No, they're not. Including 2 at Sinanofri, Duane Arnold, fucking Indian Point, fucking Oyster Creek, fucking Pilgrim, Yankee, Palisades, and we put one on at Bowl, going to cost $37 billion. But Governor Bootlicker Cox here says, oh, it can't take you fucking environmental serious. We got to have, oh, fuck, what a moron. Fucking ignorant, selfish people were elected. Where's this fucking, I mean, let's play pretend, kiddies. The nuclear energy emperors have no fucking clothes. The greatest PhD in human history. The new Semmelweis. Throw me in a rubber room and beat me to fucking death. Oh, they want to. They fucking tried. Remember, I spent fucking 5 years off and on in a bone marrow transplant. I remember telling Mike Lee to his face, oh, I just got back off my mission. I told him. Look it up. It's online. Where'd you go? The East State Bone Marrow Transplant Center at LDS Hospital. Oh, I prepped his aide before because he's that green and that dumb. Somebody says, well, this is like being a prison sentence, what you've gone through for 13 years. Why are you trying to save all this? Who says I'm trying to save any of these people? I'm trying to save the animals. I'm trying to save, I love my grandchildren. I love everybody, the children, the future. I'm doing my part, which I've always been a believer. That's what your path, that's what your job is as a human being. You're not here to just suck air and freaking, I just keep doing my work. And I've always felt like if I keep doing my work, it'll shake out. Something will break ranks, and I was nervous at first about being wrong a little bit. I was like, well, what if you are fucking wrong? And I'm like, I'm not. I would run it through my mind. 9-point fucking Richter, I'm not wrong. These are full-blown meltdowns. I'm not wrong. And I knew right at the get, because I'm a scientist. I'm not a philosopher like DeGracio. I'm not a philosopher like Stephen Hawking. I'm not a phony fuck like the rest of them. I'm a real activist. I'm a real scientist. You have to get to work and you have to do what you can prove. Biologists, scientists have to do work that can be proven. Not hypothesis, not fucking, the fucking cosmos and they made up bullshit, spooky science at a distance, not entanglement. No, this is science. And I have proven it. I've absolutely proven it. And here we go. So what caused it? Multiple fucking, how hot is a core? Well, we know just why it's happening in the exchange. The water runs over the fucking, that exchange is so radical that it immediately boils water. Put your fucking pan on the stove and really heat up your stove hot. It takes a bit for it to boil. These cores are so hot, this exchange is so hot. And by the way, uranium is not natural from the earth. Next time somebody tells you they're pro-nuclear energy, well, you only need to say one word, Fukushima, but ask them about the centrifuge process. China on the state line turned uranium-238 to 235. We don't use natural uranium from the earth. That's not what's in it. We centrifuge it. We mix it. We hex gas it. Plutonium, fucking Hulk. Plutonium, man. Kevin Blanche, fucking. Huh. It's the greatest PhD in human history. I've proven it. The Blob. Look at the name of the fucking Blob. What is the Blob? It's pond scum. It's black mold. It's into the tide pools. The whole energy, it's a plasma, it's a gas. How hot is a fucking core? Well, I hypothesize there are hundreds of millions of degrees. Bringing star powered Earth, oh, we did it. We have that. So, what was the trigger that made the ocean all of a sudden in 2012 go 13, 14 and fucking killed all the plankton? Fucking the chain killed the fucking anchovies, the sardines, big fish eat little fish. The mirrors are fucking fish eaters, small fucking. The chain reaction. I can't even talk about where I think the fucking demi came from, which that's where I think it came from. The Great Pacific Genocide. The greatest PhD in human history. By the way, that's the goods on the San Onofre Exchange when they were cheating. You wouldn't even know about that when they plumed it all over fucking thing. It wasn't with Kevin Blanche. That's the goods. By the way, all you bootlickers, that's what the tide pools are supposed to look like. That's what they look like on March 10th, 2011. They don't look like that now. That's the evacuation calendar from Diablo Canyon. For real. That's what the tide pools are supposed to. That's what they look like on March 10th, 2011. Don't look like that now. The Blob. Okay, the Blob. I'm the guy that named it. Greatest mass kill off of birds, whales, in fucking history. Seals, sea lions. The nuclear energy emperors have no clothes. The only one that can really see the writing on the wall. You're not ready for the fucking fall. Man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell. Well, I have. Being Robin Hood. There's Paul's fucking obituary. Yeah, how about the USS Reagan? What they did to them. Make it so. Stand tuned.